Hello everyone, this is Professor Raghavendra Adhyapak, KLS Gupta College of Commerce, Belagavi. So in the last class we studied about the return. Okay, so in today's class we are going to discuss about the topic called risk. Okay, so first we'll see what is the meaning of risk. Okay, so the dictionary meaning of a risk is the possibility of loss or injury. Risk, the possibility of not getting the expected return. Okay, so the difference between the expected return and the actual return is called as the risk in investment. So in simple meaning, what is risk? Possibility of loss. लॉस का पॉसिबिलिटी होता है ना, उसको क्या बोलते हैं हम? रिस्क. ओके, so in this COVID pandemic, everybody is, you can hear that don't go outside without a mask. There is risk. It is risky. This is that, right? So what is that risk? That is possibility of loss. So अगर आप विदाउट मास्क बाहर जा रहे हो, क्या होता है? आपका लाइफ का लॉस हो जाता है, राइट? सो दैट इज द पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ लॉस. So please wear the mask, right? So like that, what this risk says, that dictionary meaning, possibility of loss or injury, that we know as a risk. Okay, so risk, the possibility of not getting the expected return. Okay, so whenever we are doing the any investment, right, so we expect some return. For example, I am investing 10,000 rupees. On that we expect that at least I will get 10% of return, 12% of return, correct? So some rate of return we expect, correct? But actually in some cases we are not able to get that much of the return. Okay, so whatever difference is there between the expected return and the actual return, that is known as the risk in investment. Okay, for example, the Geo company, right? So that Geo company is doing very well. With that expectation, we invested some 1000 rupees on the shares of Geo company, right? But what happened due to this COVID pandemic, right? So even they suffer some losses and they reduce the interest on the dividend on the shares, correct? We invested on the in the Geo company with a expectation of 10% of return, but due to this COVID pandemic, they reduced the dividend and they paid only 8%, right? So whatever there is a reduction of 2%, that involves the risk. Okay, so that we called as a risk. Okay, so we'll understand this in detail when we go through the different types of risk. So market risk, operating risk, financial risk. When we go to the different types, we will understand how exactly this works. Okay, so in other words, risk is in investment is that the future return from the investment are अनप्रेडिक्टेबल. ओके, सो जो कुछ भी आपने इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है उसके ऊपर जो कुछ भी आपको रिटर्न मिल रहे हैं वो क्या है? अनप्रेडिक्टेबल है. मतलब क्या है? we cannot predict that. We cannot say that we get 100% this much of return, right? It may vary or it may differs. Okay, so that differs or varies due to the risk. Okay, investment situation may be high risk, medium risk and low risk of investment. Okay, so whenever we invest, in that case, we already in the beginning also I told that it is always associated with a risk. So that risk may be high risk, low risk or a medium risk. So ये क्या है? High risk, medium risk, low risk, that we will see. For example, if you purchasing any government securities or you keeping your amount in bank as FDs and deposits, then it is low risk. क्यों low risk है? Because there will be no changes in the rate of return. For example, if you keeping 10,000 rupees as a FD with a 10% rate of interest for a 5 years of a time, then after the 5 years you will get full your 10,000 rupees plus that 10% interest. There is no any change, there is no any risk associated with that. Your money will be safe in the bank, correct? If you purchase any government securities, so in that cases the risk is very low. So if the risk is low, the return will also will be less or low only, right? Next is buying shares of an existing company or profit making company is a example for medium risk. So medium risk example क्या है? For example, if you purchasing shares of Bajaj company, Infosys, Wipro. So these are the good companies which are earning good profit and which are providing a good rate of dividend on their shareholders, correct? So if you purchase the shares of such company, then it is a medium risk, right? क्यों medium risk है? Because even though giving a good return, but due to some unconditional factors, even their profitability may go down and even there is a chance of loss to them. So it is a medium risked investment. If you purchase the shares of new company, so which is newly established, we don't know how it works, its performance in a previous year or past history, and we don't know exactly full detail about the company, but still we invest in that, there is a high risk. Okay, so with these examples, I hope you'll understand what is the low risk. Low risk is a risk where is the risk is very less or minimum, almost we can say that nil, right? So best example, FDs, what we keeping in the banks, and government securities, correct? Next is medium risk. Medium risk is the risk where is a moderate risk. It is not fully high risk also, it is not fully low risk also. It is in between, that is medium risk. Example for that is making the investment in profit making companies, right? Next is high risk, right? High risk means buying of the shares of new company. So if for example in the market everybody is giving on an average 10 to 12% of return, but suddenly one company comes that this is that they're going to give the 20-25% of return on their investment, then obviously people rush there, correct, with the expectation of high return. With the same time there is a high risk also, correct? Who knows that when company goes to shut down, right, whether they continue or no, right? So like that, we can see the best example for this is some societies, cooperative societies, right? When the normal banks, nationalized banks, are giving the interest rate of 8 to 9%, in that case the cooperative societies, some cooperative societies says that they're giving the 13%, 14%, or 15% for senior citizen. Like that, they shows their advertisement by giving advertisements in papers and all, that they're giving the high rate of return. But who's know that when that society goes down, shut down, right? So we can see the many examples for that. Many societies saying that they give the high rate of return, but at the end of the day, they closed their business and some legal actions are taken on those societies. So we have many examples, right? So that such kind of investments are of a high risk. So why there is a high risk? Because the high rate of return, they're showing the high rate of return. So by understanding this, we can say that when there is a high rate of return, there is a high rate of risk also. If the return is high, the risk is also high. If the return is less, the risk is also less, correct? So this is about the risk. Now we'll see what are the types of risk. Okay, so basically these types of risk will be classified into or categorized into two types. One is systematic risk, another one is unsystematic risk. Okay, so now we'll see one by one about what is systematic and what is unsystematic risk. First one is systematic risk. The systematic risk is caused by factors external to the particular company and the uncontrollable by the company. Okay, such a risk is known as systematic risk. It is systematic, sorry, the external to the particular company and uncontrollable by the company. Such a risk is systematic risk. Okay, for example, inflation. Okay, we take a example of inflation. So if inflation is there, whether it is effect on only 1, 2, 3 company or entire market, so it will affect obviously to the entire market, whole market, correct? So the risk which affects the full market or entire whole market, such kind of risk are known as systematic risk. So these systematic risks are not to any particular company or industry, but wholly to entire market it will affect. So I told that example is inflation. अगर inflation है, so इसका inflation का effect सिर्फ जियो कंपनी के लिए या रिलायंस कंपनी के लिए या विप्रो कंपनी के लिए इफेक्ट नहीं पड़ता है, पूरा मार्केट को इफेक्ट पड़ता है, राइट? सो ऑल द कंपनीज विल फेस दिस प्रॉब्लम ऑफ इन्फ्लेशन इफ it take place, right? Political changes, so change in economic policies. So these all are the example for systematic risk where these risks are associated to the market, whole market, पूरा मार्केट को इसको इफेक्ट क्या पड़ता है. So that is systematic risk, right? The risk which affects the entire market or whole market, such kind of risk are known as systematic risk. Okay, next is unsystematic risk. So what is unsystematic risk? The risk which are associated with to a particular or specific company or industry, then it is known as unsystematic risk. अगर ऐसा रिस्क है, वो रिस्क क्या है, एक पर्टिकुलर कंपनी के लिए या इंडस्ट्री के लिए इफेक्ट हो रहा है, then such kind of risk is known as unsystematic risk. For example, entry of new competitors. Okay, for example, there is one soap manufacturing company called Lux. Okay, so the Lux is running very well. With that, the Lifebuoy company is also entered into the market. Okay, so with this, which company is going to affect? The Lux company will going to affect due to the entry of Lifebuoy. Correct? So इसका इफेक्ट्स कहाँ पे पड़ रहे हैं? सिर्फ सोप मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्रीज के लिए पड़ रहे हैं, राइट? अगर लाइफबॉय कंपनी एंट्री से आयरन इंडस्ट्री, सीमेंट इंडस्ट्री, राइट, ऑटोमोबाइल इंडस्ट्री, इस इंडस्ट्री से कुछ फर्क पड़ रहा है? नो, दे आर वर्किंग एज यूजुअल, बट द ओनली द थ्रेट इज टू द soap manufacturing companies because of due to the entry of new competitors. Correct? So यहाँ पे क्या हो गया? New entry of competitors is associated with particular industry or company, so it is a unsystematic risk. Like that, strike by the employees. अगर कोई कंपनी का एम्प्लॉय स्ट्राइक कर रहे हैं तो दैट अफेक्ट्स ओनली पर्टिकुलर दैट कंपनी. करेक्ट? सो इट्स विल नॉट अफेक्ट द एंटायर मार्केट. मार्केट को कुछ यहाँ पे लेना देना नहीं है, सिर्फ वो पर्टिकुलर कंपनी का एम्प्लॉयज स्ट्राइक कर रहे हैं, सिर्फ वही कंपनी को इसका क्या पड़ता है, असर पड़ता है या इफेक्ट्स पड़ता है, राइट? सो दैट इज ऑल्सो अनसिस्टमैटिक रिस्क. नेक्स्ट, चेंज इन मैनेजमेंट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, देर इज वन गुड पर्सन इन द पोजिशन ऑफ CEO, CFO, so suddenly that person's change, then that is going to affect to that particular company and not fully a whole market. Correct? So this is also the example for the unsystematic risk. Okay, next is sources of risk. So in case of sources of risk, we will study the different types sources of the risk, which are the sources of systematic risk as well as for the unsystematic risk. In case of systematic risk, we classified into market risk, interest rate risk, inflation risk, and currency risk. Unsystematic risk is business risk, operational risk, financial risk, and credit risk. Okay, so what are its meaning? We will see one by one now. What is a market risk? Okay, so market risk refers to decrease in the value of an investment which is caused by the different macroeconomics influences that affects the entire market. So in simple words, market risk refers to variability in the return due to the change in the market price of investment. So जो कुछ भी इन्वेस्टमेंट का मार्केट प्राइसेस है, वहां पे चेंज होने से जो कुछ भी रिस्क एसोसिएटेड है, सो दैट इज नोन एज मार्केट रिस्क. ओके, नेक्स्ट, अगर मार्केट में कुछ चेंजेस हो रहे हैं, दैट विल अफेक्ट टू ऑल द इंडस्ट्रीज और द कंपनीज. करेक्ट? सो इट इज एन systematic risk. Next is interest rate risk. So what is interest rate risk? Interest rate risk is in a variation in a single period rates of return caused by the fluctuation in the market interest rate. Okay, so if any risk is associated with interest rate, then such risk is known as interest rate risk. For example, I already told that you wanted to invest with some intention of 10% of return, but due to some factors, if the interest rate is changed, right, so it will not affect only you but to the whole market. Correct? So that is known as interest rate risk. If there is any variability or difference or fluctuation in the interest rate, and such risk is known as interest rate risk. Okay, next is inflation risk. So what is inflation? So we already know that what is inflation. The value of the money will goes down and the purchasing power will also goes down, correct? So that is inflation situation. So price of the commodities will increase, but the purchasing power of the money will reduce. That we know as inflation, correct? So if inflation के साथ कुछ risk associated है, तो इस inflation का असर किसको पड़ता है? Entire और full market को पड़ता है, correct? So any risk associated with inflation, such inflation risk are affect entire the market. So it is also a type of systematic risk. Okay. Next, financial risk. So what is financial risk? So we already know that the company always structures its capital with a combination of two factors. One is equity and debt, right? Equity capital and debt capital. That means the outsider's loan or outsider's money. The equity is its own shareholders' money, correct? So if in case in the company's capital structure, okay, the debts are increased, okay, अगर आपका debt का percentage बढ़ गया, so that is risky for the equity shareholders. क्यों? Debt means what? The fixed payment you have to do the outsiders, correct? Debt मतलब बाहर के लोगों को जो कुछ भी देना है, that all things. That means the loan you have taken from the outside that we have to pay with the interest, correct? अगर आपका उस debt का percentage बढ़ रहा है, that is a risk for the equity shareholders, because if you pay more and more outsiders with the interest only, what the return the equity shareholders get? Equity shareholders are the real owners. What exactly they getting? If you are spending the maximum of amount in the paying of the outsiders, correct? So the risk associated with such capital structure or capital combination of equity and debt or the variability in the return, such is known as unsystematic risk or financial risk. Okay, so this is a type of unsystematic risk. Okay, so यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? डेट मतलब क्या? आउटसाइडर को पेमेंट. अपने आउटसाइडर को ज्यादा पेमेंट करते करते आप क्या कर रहे हो? इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स को नेग्लेक्ट कर रहे हो, बाय विच इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स आर अंडर द रिस्क because they are not getting the proper returns. Okay, such kind of risk is known as financial risk. Next is business risk. Okay, we cannot say that business will always runs in the profit, right? Sometimes due to some certain uncertain conditions, the profitabilities of the company may goes ups and downs, and sometimes they may face the loss also, correct? So such kind of risk is known as the business risk. Okay, so the risk which is associated with the profitability of the company, okay, such risk are known as business risk. Okay, so it may be affected by the member price of the product, right? Like or any other competition or any other operating activity. So with these or change in the government rules and regulation, so with these conditions, if there is any variations in the profitability level of the company, then it is known as business risk. Next is operating risk. So the risk associated with the operating activity. For example, in the company we are manufacturing some goods. If suddenly there is an increase in the price of raw materials, right? So that affects the our operating condition, right? So increase in the price of inputs or fails to achieve the break-even point. So what is break-even point? The position where there is a no profit, no loss. For example, if you invested 10,000 rupees in manufacturing of some products, so after the manufacturing of that product, you should have to sell it and you have to earn minimum 10,000 rupees. Means how much you invested, at least that much you should get in return. Okay, that is the such position is known as break-even point. If you fails to achieve such break-even point, so such risk is also known as a operating risk. Okay, so these are the different types of risk. So in the next class, we are going to start with the next important concept called impact of tax on return as well as impact of inflation on return. Okay, so that we'll see in the next class.